Hey guys, it is Sonia. How is everybody out there? Let's do a test on this live stream to see if it's going to work. We like it when things work for us. But you know, you got to be in the right part of the building in order for the connection to work, because this is one big building. It is basically 10,000 square feet. And so there's many places where the live stream just doesn't work really well. But I'm standing in my new thrift room. I know you can't see it all, but what I've been working on, so I have been collecting so much thrift stuff and selling so much thrift stuff, and I have a place in my shop that was filled at a corner. If you've been following me for a while, you've been seeing me kind of share that with you on my vlogs. But what I did was work to clean this room out first, and then to move everything back here. So that's been a whole thing. And I kind of did not want to bring more stuff into the building until I had what I had already priced and already out, because I stopped putting things out there knowing that I was going to be putting things out here. And that was a lot of work. So you know what I mean? You just kind of got to do one step at a time. So now I'm ready, because I've got a whole place here that's just filled with all my, let me just do a flip backwards for you real quick. There we go. So this is what the room looks like on the other side. I'm on this side, but I've been literally putting everything in here. So it's been working out quite well. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, maybe I'll take you on a tour here in just a little bit. But basically, everything around me is filled, and I've got lots of decorations that I want to put up on the walls, and anyhow, you know, make it look fabulous and pull it together. I don't know about you, but you know, this space back here was a temporary walls put up to make it just a back storage area. And I didn't want to take the walls back down, so I left them up, and I'm like, you know what, it's perfect though, because I'll be able to, this was already here, I'll be able to put hangers up and stuff. I've got like big paper flowers that I want to hang up high. Nobody's really grabbing anything way up high. But you know, I just want it for decorations, and I want to put some more sparkly lights, because if you have sparkly lights, well, that's all you need. I'm just thinking though, like if you put a space together, as long as it's clean, people really aren't looking at whether or not your walls are finished to the best or whatever, or if it's just studded wall, because they're looking at all your pretties, okay? If you've done a good job collecting some great pieces, they're gonna keep their eyes on that. Lisa, how are you? Get some snow. You know what? It did. We looked at the window last night. Matt went to the restroom and he's like, it's snowing. We got snow last night, yeah. But it didn't stick around today, but it's been cold. Yeah, the temperature really went down last night. The building today, you know, when you make that transition from, you know, just the summer months and the warmer months into winter, you got to reclimatize. And so this is me here today. Matt started this morning. We came into the shop and he's like, I'm chilly. I just can't get warm. And I'm like, you're going to be good. And then I hear him laughing at me because I'm like with a hat on. But seriously, you got to know how to like keep your heat in your head, in your body. If you have a hat, I'm convinced you can stay warm. Hey, Deborah, Amy, Catherine, Kelly's on here. Hey, so good to see you guys. So anyway, he was laughing at me and I'm like, just get yourself a hat. You'll be fine. Now I am wearing slippers. I don't know how much heat I'm losing with slippers, but putting this thing on, so good. And, yeah, so the building is just kind of getting, you know, it's getting acclimated to. I'm sure once the snow comes, and that's insulation and everything else, but yeah, we're transitioning into the extra layers. So I have like a t-shirt, a sweater, and then my outer layer on. I got my hat on, but I'm okay with that. I like that, you know, and my thyroid doesn't work well. So I always tell people that my personal thermostat is always out of whack. So, you know, I just like to be warm, okay? Hey, Marianne, Jackie. So anyhow, I put up a video yesterday and you guys have been so kind and sent me all kinds of love. I wanted to respond to some questions. I wanted to just say hello, give some shout outs, tell me where you're watching from. It's been a long time since I've done a live here on this page, so I'm not sure, you know, how far it will reach or who's out there or who will get notified. But if you're here and if you can see me, will you just like hit the heart button, say hello, whatever you want. I was just looking. I've been painting poinsettias. Oh yeah, here it is. It's 50 there. 50's good. I like 50. I'd rather be cold though, right? Like, I'm just more oriented. I was born in the cold. And so I like the cold. I guess I'd like to be able to go various places. I find the West very exotic, but at the same time, I love the idea of my 4 seasons. That's the truth of it, right? So I've been painting poinsettias. I thought I'd pop on, say hello, maybe talk a little bit of business, and also want to, what was I gonna do? I don't know. What were we gonna do, people? All right, we're gonna show you how to paint poinsettias. Yeah, and also look at this. Look at this. So I started painting poinsettias. Let me start with this first. This is how the ideas in my brain grows, right? I started my ornament challenge, which is still ongoing. In the evenings, I sit down and I've just been painting ornaments. And I know that once, honestly, Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend comes, that everybody's mind just shifts. And I know as being a store owner that everybody will be in looking for gifts tags, anything like that. So I'm giving myself this week to get it done. I told you 10 days in my video. And also I'm painting more art as well to go with it. And so just a reminder that like right now, like start painting if you haven't already. Just put out some designs for the seasonal, get into seasonal thinking, because people are looking for things specifically, like with, you guys help me, put it in the comments below. What do you think of? Like, you think of Santa. I could paint some Santas. I could paint some snowflakes. I could paint some candy canes, all those sorts of things, right? Deborah says, hi from around little north of Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness, not that far from you. So I am currently living, I always say Lake Erie because I'm literally on the lake, right? But yeah, I'm living in Erie, Pennsylvania. I moved way north and I love the lake life. I was born on an island and honestly, being close to the lake really makes me feel good. So I love that. It brings me joy. So I've been painting poinsettias and doing a little challenge to myself. So this is how it starts. So if you're somebody out there who's just kind of brainstorming ideas, of like what you could paint, put them all. If you have any to contribute here to the community, go for it to help somebody else out with ideas. Cause I'm like, what else? Gingerbread. Yes, gingerbread. I haven't gotten to gingerbread yet. I'll have to do some of those. But I started painting these and they're really simple to paint. And they're such just a symbol around the time. This is the poinsettia season. So I thought I'd show you how I make my poinsettias. These don't break. There you go. I did a couple of them. And then I painted a tree, which you saw me paint, and I'm like, what can I put on my tree? Poinsettias, hello. So then we did this right here and we did the poinsettia tree. Now I'm really happy because we painted this one together as well. And somebody reached out to me and they said, can I buy this? And I'm like, you sure can. So we made arrangements today and this beauty is going to a home. One thing I will do though, as I do my art is like right now I'm painting things that are seasonal. And I'll take a picture. That's one of the things I'm going to do for my business today. You know what I always say, every day do 2 things that move your business forward. And so what I'm going to do today is take a picture of this, and then it's going to be preserved. So I'll turn this into a print. I may add some words, you know me, I like a little affirmation, a little cheer right here. We might, Lisa said, I didn't see a Santa painting in yesterday's vlog. Oh, I did the little Santa painting. I don't have him with me, but I did one. I actually did one like the day before yesterday. So I'm on a personal 30-day art challenge to myself. And so I'll share with you. I will be here either live in some way, shape, or form every day on my Facebook and on my YouTube. Look for that. So anyhow, if you're looking for something to do this season and you just feel like you want to reconnect, that's how I feel. I want to reconnect. So I'm going to be leaning back into my art. I'm going to be leaning back into being here live, hanging out with you guys. Maybe we'll do some special challenges. I have some ideas in my head. I'm working on my website. If you saw my last video, it's been a long time since I've had a paint website. And I've been selling my art here in my physical brick and mortar store. And it's been going quite well. And I know I need to go back online with that. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you want to follow my journey, if it gives you inspiration, and you just want somebody to tune into who is also growing, continuing to grow a successful business, I would love to have you on the journey. Say hello. Hey, Jody, Mary's on here, Susie. So, but yeah, I'm really excited because this one, I'm about to invoice the person who wants it. We just finished talking by email, but I'm going to preserve it. So a tip to you for business is if you are somebody who is painting, and I've been turning my art into, for example, cards most recently, and prints are always popular. But I'm going to turn this into a card, and I'm going to get it done this week. So you'll actually see this, and it'll be turned into a card. And before this week is up, then I'll have it preserved. And I can move on to something else, you know? Sometimes I keep my original art, but truthfully, and it's hard to part with because they're like your babies, but you know, I think that at the end of the day, if you're in business, the idea is to be able to continue to make money, to grow people who love your art, to share your art and put it out there into the world, to like not run out of space on your wall. And versus being somebody who repaints paintings, I like to do a painting and then I like to literally keep it, sell it, turn it into something, right? So I'm just not somebody who usually paints over my old paintings. So, but eventually I would run out of time because I paint all the time. So this one is gonna go to a home, but if you wanna see this week what it looks like turned into maybe some various things, follow along and I'll show you once I get it done. Lisa, you love the Santa painting. Oh, that makes my heart grow 2 sizes bigger. Did you guys see all the Grinch stuff that's out there right now? Holy smokes, I couldn't believe it. I went with Matt to Wally World yesterday, and the amount of Grinch stuff. So I was just thinking to myself, like, is there a new Grinch movie or something? Something I don't know about. Kathy, how are you? Patricia's on here. Okay, let me go to yesterday's video and say hello. Ah, very nice. Michelle says, I've enjoyed watching all your creative endeavors for many years and I look forward to see what's next to come. Cindy says, so nice to see hear what's on your heart. I did a video yesterday. Go back and watch it. Just kind of catching you up with where I've been, what I've been working on, because I have not stopped working on things. But at this moment in time, and it's okay to pivot. You know, I actually saw a post this morning and I'm like, oh, I love that. And basically it said that I am at peace with knowing that I am a work in progress and I am not a final version of myself. And I think that when you acknowledge that, like just because you've always done something, you don't have to always do it. You can pivot, you can change, you can do whatever you want, and you can change back again, whatever, right? It's your life. It is your life. And at the end of the day, you got to do what you love. Joy says, thank you. She says, thank you. I've been following you for a long time. You've been a great inspiration to me. Nancy says, you always inspire me. I do a little bit of a lot of things, knit, crochet, quilt, paint, craft. I don't always get time to do everything. Well, ain't that the truth? We feel like that. If you're a creative, there's probably so many things that you want to get to, but you just don't have time to. We all feel like that. But she says, you inspire me to keep going. Very nice. That is so awesome. I also had a question yesterday because I was sharing with you guys, speaking about pivoting and changes and just kind of like, you know, over the last few years, especially with life, that I told you, we were talking in yesterday's video about how things can change and what you wanted at one point and what served you at one point, maybe just like we're going into winter this season, that's not something that you bring with you, right? Because now you've leveled up or you're just in a different space. And so one of the things that we did last year was we sold our home. So how many of you was with us when we grew Junk Monkey and we were able to go ahead and secure a beautiful home, like one of those old fix-up homes, gorgeous, big home, and we moved and we settled in. We did all kinds of work. Well, in December of last year, so it's coming upon a year, we, after 2 years of reopening a brick and mortar store, and this one is based here, pretty much on the Lake Erie side, that in Pennsylvania, that we were doing a long commute. And we decided after 2 years, you know, because when we moved to this area, we were online. And then when we moved to this area and we decided to reopen a brick and mortar, we had to kind of look at the area and we decided to open up in Erie with our specialty niche store. And so, you know, so that was a big commute, but it would not have made sense to open up a brick and mortar store in the area that we were in. So we went to a larger center of people. And we continued to live there for the last 2 years. Now, this is 3 years that we've had the shop here. But for this first 2 years, we did the commute back and forth. And so it was literally over an hour each way. So 2 hours of our day was spent just commuting. And we used it, you know, with what we could. We would brainstorm, we would mastermind, we would have meetings, you know. It's not like I could open the door and run away or anything, you know, when we're driving, Matt's driving in. So we would have great conversations, listen to podcasts, whatever it was, and then, you know, tackle the day when we got here. But we decided last year that we were going to sell our house because after 2 years of having a brick and mortar and it was super successful, we knew that okay, this is working, right? Like this is really, really working. And so our second business. And so we decided that at that point, we weren't going back. It was just this business needed us more and more. We decided to put our house up for sale. And don't you know, the first people who looked at that house, they said, we want it. They wanted to shake our hands and be like, yes, we wanted it. We want it right now. Don't show it to anybody else, like we want it. And so we sold that. And that was amazing, right? I was like, wow, I'd heard about people who put their house up for sale and they get what they want, like literally the first day they put it up. And so that's what happened to us. And so we sold our house. People ask me all the time, like, do you miss it? I do in a way because, you know, I love a cozy home. But at the same time, I really felt like where I was at that point during the COVID years and that really intense time, it was my compound. And I created a lot of content from it. And that was, you know, our safe space. And we had a lot of time to spend together and a lot of time to move around. Our son actually lived in the 3rd floor. It was, if you added up all the space, it basically was a 10,000 square foot space. It was an old, late 1800s home, and it was positively beautiful. Who remembers ripping up carpet and just exposing the beautiful hardwood floors, and we would paint them all up. Well, anyhow, we did a lot of good things, and it got passed on to a new family who was just absolutely thrilled to move into and to have it. But anyhow, you know, things have changed so much, but during that time, we spent so much time into it. It was a blessing that our son was home at that time. He lived on the 3rd floor of this big place. We all had space to kind of like move around and stuff. Nobody was in anybody else's business. You know, you just had tons of space to just really relax and hang out. Our entire bottom floor, our basement became our shipping facility for the Junk Monkey Furniture Paint at that time. So it was pretty nice to go to the 2nd floor to my office, to go to the garage to paint, to go to the office, and then I'd see all your orders and I'd print them all off, and then I'd take them all to the basement and then fill all those orders to go out, right? Like it was a well-oiled machine. It was absolutely awesome. And, you know, our son ended up after that, and he helped us work our business during that time. And he ended up joining the Air Force. We're very proud of him, and he's overseas, for those of you who followed Riley since he's been a young boy. But he's now serving overseas in Japan. And yeah, he's doing tremendous, wonderfully. So me and Matt, we, you know, he went off, we reopened another business. It's been doing absolutely amazing. So good that, like I said, the business just really needed us here. And we decided after 2 years of that 2-hour commute to go ahead and put our house up for sale. Because truth be told, that by the time we would leave here and travel back to the house, it was pretty much like, this took all your time, right? And tell me if you two have had a brick and mortar business, or if you own a brick and mortar business. I would love to know if you're somebody who's building a business, would like to build a business. I've missed having conversations like this. You know, it's one thing when you're working the business and you're helping people on the floor with the products and stuff, but I love to get into the meat of things and to talk to people and find out what they're doing, what's working, what's not, give them ideas. And maybe some of you might have been in my business coaching in the past. You know, we've got so much history. But we sold our house last year, coming upon a year. And one thing that I will definitely say is that when you make a decision, one of the ways you know that it's right for you is that you don't look back and you feel really good about it, right? Like, I feel really good with what we did. We sold our house. We just kind of put ourselves here 2 hours in the day. Just, you know, if you could find an extra 2 hours in the day, that's amazing. And then what we did is immediately following is that, well, we looked at around this area, or land and homes around the area. We couldn't really find anything. And I honestly didn't want to jump back into anything right away. And so, because when you have your home, and let alone a big home, it's a lot of expense. It's just a lot of upkeep. It takes a lot to heat it. There's so much that goes into it, right? And you're doing maintenance at your business property. You're doing like second life at your home, or at least trying to, and fit it all in. So when we sold our house, we decided together that what we wanted to do was live here on property with our business. So we went and we invested in a beautiful Class A RV. I think it's somewhere around 36 feet. Pretty sure it is. And it is like a mini studio apartment. I mean, it is just the top-notch way to travel. So we go and we source to other parts of the country. We've been to many buying shows, and it's really nice to bring your home with you. Matt has much experience in the military of driving big rigs and things like that, so it was nothing for him to take this thing on. And we've taken it out across country multiple times, and I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. It is so awesome. I mean, to travel cross country and then to pull into a rest stop, park in a nice little grassy spot. And we have a king size bed in the back. So this is one of the questions. When you sold your home, where do you live now? And so, yeah, we live on property. We literally have our Class A RV here on property with us. We can plug in. So that means we have everything that we positively need. So we have a king size bed. That was one of our, like, absolutely, positively, when we buy this thing, I don't want no collapsible Murphy style bed. I want a set bed, right? I want a set space and living space. And so we found this beautiful layout, and it has a California King, actually, bed in the back. It has a slide out if you want to put it out. We really don't even need it out. We put it out when we go, like, you know, I don't know, when we're out Arizona or somewhere, and we're in a park. But it has like everything. It has 2 TVs. It has a full bathroom, shower, very nice, and it's very modern. It's kind of got like this gray tones, gray beige tones to it. So very modern look to it. Has, you know, full kitchen, stove, microwave, and it has a couch. It has a sitting area. But truth be told, just like I'm talking to you now inside the building, during the day, we're here, we're working our business, right? And so it's really nice because while I pared down with a lot of things, I was also very thankful to have the shop, because I could put an overflow of things in here as well, right? So while I got rid of a lot of stuff, let me tell you, it was a lot. I also moved whatever I could here into the building. So all my like shop merchandise displays, those are all my home buffets, things that we painted. You guys see me film in the background, and you know, that's my gray couch that when we first purchased the home that I got and put in there with all those fun pillows. So there's still nods of that everywhere throughout my life, but I'm at a point where I don't even know, like, I have no desire to buy a home again. I'm really just enjoying experiences, growing my business, see where it takes me. You know, I raised my son. He is now a full-grown chicken, and he's out there doing his thing. And so it's just the two of us, you know. And right now we both are actively involved in our business every single day. So we come to work, we do our thing, and then we make plans to go places, right? And so if you follow me, you'll see me doing more of that stuff. And like I said, just being here daily again to kind of reconnect and show you what I'm working on. If you guys have any, just want to throw it out to you, if you have any questions, whether it's about just following our adventures in general. We have been self-employed together, me and Matt, now for over a decade, over 10 years, making it happen. Pivoted, did all kinds of things, evolved, learned a lot in business. And I haven't really talked business a lot here on this side of the house, here on live or in my videos over the last few years so much. But I've learned a lot. I've had my head down and I've learned a lot. And so anyhow, I'm resurfacing. Hello, and tell me if you've been following me for a long time, how long you've kind of been around. But if you have any questions for us as just basically people growing a couple with a creative business who's making it work, you know, feel free for lifestyle questions, but also if you have any business questions, whatever you want. See, when I opened up my Junk Monkey Paint, even like things like this, you know, I opened with Shopify. When I opened my second business, I just thought, you know what, we're going to try Square. And, you know, we're going to try Etsy a little bit here. So I just feel like I've gathered a lot of knowledge, and I know there are a lot of people who are also growing businesses that maybe just starting or want to start right now because you want to have that freedom. And more so than ever, we just kind of want to, like, unplug as much as possible with the big responsibilities and just live a lighter life. I don't know about you, but that's just how I'm feeling. So I've dropped some big things in my life. I've pivoted, I've changed. And, but through all the things, right, everything that you learn along the way, as long as you're happy with where you are now, then you know that that was all part of your learning. You know, I always say learn, never lose. And so if you take something away from it and you bring it forward, right? So anyhow, so to answer the question, yeah, we are living in our RV full time, doing the creative life, and I positively love it. Looking forward in January from a break from the cool weather, we'll be going out to Tucson. So follow us there. I'll take you on the journey as well. So anyway, just wanted to say hello to a few of those questions and a few of you guys that left remarks. Now, I'm going to show you how to paint a poinsettia, and I've just talked a whole lot. So now it's your turn, okay? I'm looking at the screen. So if you have any questions or just say hello to me, you know, if you haven't followed me on here for a long time, think about doing that because you'll see me here regularly. All right, I'm going to go. I like a nice little round tip brush. Actually, let me see how close I can get you. We shall see, friends. All right, how about right? Put it up like this. How about I just put it up like this? We will just wing it. So one of the things that we did do was we put out our own pack of acrylic paints. This is what I love to paint with. I use all kinds. Today I'm using my set palette. It kind of gives me a, what do you call it? It's nice, like when you're creating your own brand, to have a set, like a set of colors that really work for you. So here's how you do a poinsettia. Hey, Sheila, Carol. All right, so easiest way. 1, 2, I'm gonna try to do this in the middle. Now I am doing this on a rectangle piece of canvas art that I actually found thrifting, Goodwill, for $2.99. I love to find stuff like this and, you know, jazz it up my own way. So ideally, if you find these though, the squares are so nice. The squares are awesome to work with. So basically, we're just gonna make this sort of shape right here. Long petals. I wanna fill it out to the edge because of where I am. Then, so make this shape, add 2 more in here, and 2 more in here, okay? That's gonna be our shape overall. And then just kind of get it the way you want. I'm gonna pull up my ends a little bit further, but yeah, make some poinsettia art and sell it and put it on things, put it on mugs. You're gonna see me do all those things. Tell me what you're focused on right now in your creative business, and then this will be the center right here, okay? Now, it kind of looks like just a flower right now, but the thing is that you have to do like the longer. I could even do this leaf longer if I want down here. You know, we could do that. Just trying to center it up. And then so you do the cross and then you do the other through the sides. Make some cards. You know, I was at the dollar store last week and they have packs of blank cards. Paint some poinsettias on cards, okay? So yeah, you just saw me do that. And then just pick 2 areas. I'm going to pick this area down here to make 2 longer ones, okay? And poinsettias kind of have like versus round ones that make them look like flowers. They have points on them. So I've done my flower and then I've created 2 leaves somewhere along the way that are just bigger. I'm gonna put them here because it helps fill out my block. Ideally, I would do this on a square, but what you gonna do? Because I only have this to grab. All right, next up, we're gonna take some red. This is my Junk Monkey Paint red, and I'm just gonna fill in right here. So this is Friday. I love a good Friday. Oh my gosh, I watched the movie last night. I think, well, you probably heard me say in my video last night, Matt's gonna be watching football, so I'm gonna put on my own like movie to watch. So I watched on another TV, my own thing. Don't you know, it was a sappy movie. And it was real life. So it was like a real life documentary of somebody's life. And it was so, it was happy, but so sad at the same time, just some of the struggles. And I bawled my eyes out. I literally did. I cried my eyes out. Matt came out and he's like, the game's off now if you want to, you know, come back in here. And I'm like, I'm recovering. I'm watching my movie. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of like You know what? This is why you haven't watched a sad movie in a long time, because it tugged at my heart. And I'm like, I'm exhausted just watching this movie. I was so into it. I feel like it took me places. All right, do you see how we're doing kind of like bigger points? Aunt Loretta's on here from the Great White North. How's everything doing back home? You guys got lots of snow? Have to let me know. We just got snow here last night. All right, so I tried to make it a little bit bigger right there. You just get that off. And now we're gonna do our green right here. So I'm gonna pick up some of my darker green. So stay tuned because I am restarting my website. I'm actually rebuilding it right now. My paints are not available right now, and my art, and some other things that I'm working on. Stay tuned. All right, get thrifted. If you know, you know. All right, so I am going to make this dark green leaf here. This dark green leaf here, all right? And I'm hoping that if I make it long enough, it can kind of like fill out my little square area here. So you saw that, we saw that. We love it, it's already taken. Oh, is it? Savannah says, hello, pretty lady. Aw, thank you. Hello back to you. How's everything where you are? Are you staying warm and cozy? I'm also gonna take a little bit of this yellow. And I'm going to probably put a little bit right here just to drag it on the leaf because I like a little yellow in my leaves as well. Cool. And now we're going to take the rest. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a big dot in the center. Do you see what I see? All right, she's taking shape. Tell me if you can see it. And now we're just gonna take our round tip brush because that's my favorite. I feel like different brushes that you use will give you different outcomes. Sometimes I switch up to a flat brush, but I like the round. I'm learning that I like the round, and this is what happens when you experiment because you really begin to see what you like personally. Put another one right there. Oh, that's pretty. Now, we got one more thing, and it's the power move. It's gonna be the power move. Are you gonna be ready for the power move? It might take me a minute to get ready for the power move. All right. Sing it with me. I love gold. All right, so now we're gonna take our gold and we're gonna put the gold over top of that gorgeous, like mustardy yellow. And so when you match those two things up, I'm just telling you, it is like, let me do my dots. So I've got to get out thrifting again soon. Now that I've got my little space here all set up. Well, almost all set up, but it's open to the public. Things are selling out of here. But yeah, I took a minute because, like I said, I just had so many things going on. All right, so there we go. We got our little gold dots right here in the center. You could even fill them out a little bit more if you wanted to. And now I'm going to go back over those little bits of yellow. All right, that's kind of fun, really simple. Savannah says, really gloomy here in Jamestown. Yeah, you've probably got very similar to what we've got, really overcast kind of day. But I was born on an island in the North Atlantic, so I love a good foggy day, okay? Don't get me started to sing or anything. But yeah, it's all about a gray, foggy day back home. All right, gorgeous. All right, you ready? I'm going to make it. Watch this. We're going to make it really stand out. But I'm okay with winter. I just need some getaways, you know? As long as you can get some of the sunshine and you can get away. So for me, like I said, looking forward to getting out to the west again. Got a trip already planned to Tucson, Arizona. And, you know, it's going to be a good time. So if you're following me, and I will be on my YouTube channel and here on Facebook Daily. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok. But this is where you'll find me live for if you enjoy the long videos. Tell me if you're somebody who enjoys watching long content videos. And like I said, if you have any questions, drop them, whether it's business, life, whatever. You can ask anything, and then it's up to me if I answer. Ask me some good questions, and I'll answer them over the next few days, probably on video. So yeah, what's that? How was my empanadas yesterday from Taco Bell? Divine. Hello. Oh my gosh, I have been in love with the empanadas, which is basically the apple pies, the apple caramel pies. I'm gonna tell you, I had 2 last night, and biting into them was wonderful. They've got that decades menu going on right now, where they've brought back some just great meals that they've had over the years, but they took away. And anyhow, I'm here for it. I hear the bell going off. There's lots of people out there. It's funny how when you're a store owner that you get used to, there's trends, right? You can watch the trends. And we always get a rush this time of the day. Always. It's funny how that happens. So, yeah, gotta get my little poinsettia tree all packed up to go out. But what do we think? Do we love it? I'm putting some texture in here. Do you see it? Do you see it? I love that. Yeah, go to Goodwill, go wherever, get yourself some, and I can put some color back here. I might even put a little bit of that yellow back there. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? Just to give it some, since this is a white frame right here, I feel like if I did that, what do you think? Do you like it with a little bit of the yellow? Only because the frame is naturally this white color, and I might jazz it up a little bit and just dress it up with a little bit of the, my white, just to bring it more clear and get rid of any scratches from it, just being in the bin and on the shelf. But I am in love with this, and that's my goal. If I get something to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it, then I feel like it's ready and I'll sell it. How pretty is that to go on somebody's shelf? I would probably put it like this. But if you can get some square canvas, that's ideal, because square is just a really nice radius. But I might put a few little gold dots. I might even paint my corners in with a little bit of gold. I think that would be kind of cool to bring it in and to help frame it. I could stencil on the outside, so many things. But all I've got to do now is just let this dry before I do anything else. Karen says, been watching you from the beginning, from when you were doing furniture in your old shop. I bought Junk Monkey paint. Oh, very nice. Glad to see you going again. Yes, so now I'm into the canvas art era. And, so be sure to follow me, see what's going on. Maybe I'll put a little bit of white on here too. But yeah, expect me daily, because I've missed you guys too. And I enjoy hanging out with you as well. So pretty cool. If you have any ideas for what I should paint next, let me know. But I am on a 30-day paint challenge to myself. I love that. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. All right, that's how you paint a poinsettia. And then you put them on things like trees. And then you put them on things like ornaments. Real easy. Put them on cards. Do all that. Hey, Amy Jo. That's very pretty. Thank you very much. Very nice. And you guys can fill it out however you see. It is your poinsettia after all. All right, I will see you guys again tomorrow. I may be live. I may just film a video and put it up, but be sure to check this channel daily, and I'll see you again. Let me know if you have any questions below. Take care. Bye.